Over time many researchers and doctors have established the ideal facial features for different ethnicities. The only difference between an attractive person and an unattractive person is that the attractive person just possesses facial features which are more pleasing to the human eye, and that's the reason beauty is in the eye of the beholder is simply a lie. Till date multiple studies have been published regarding the ideal facial and bodily features that make a person attractive. This data helps us in many different ways, whether it's for orthodontic surgery regardless of its type, or it helps us to learn about human nature regarding the halo effect or understanding what makes a person attractive. There are multiple reasons why this data is useful to us. For now, we will use it to figure out what makes Alain Delon, a French actor and producer, considered a screen sex symbol in the 1960s. In those days cosmetic surgery was not established like it is now. Back in those days there was no way you can get Lefort 3 for cosmetic purposes.
May I help you?
We are looking for Bimax with Lefort 3.
This man is insane! Take him away!
It's safe to assume that Alain Delon never did any work to fake his genetic makeup like most celebrities do these days. Unfortunately, cosmetic surgery doesn't change your genetic makeup, which means that people who take cosmetic surgery are like wearing an invisible mask. Starting from his side profile, he has a nasofrontal angle of 130 degrees, which doesn't fall in the ideal range of its slightly feminine. If you look at Alain Delon's face you can see that he isn't hypermasculine and neither too feminine, which indicates that he has a harmonious mixture of masculine and feminine features, which reminds me of Chico, who also possesses masculine and feminine features. According to me this look indicates balanced sex hormones and appeals to most females. No wonder he was very popular in his prime. Moving on to his nasolabial angle, which is around 104 degrees and is perfectly ideal, his nasofacial angle is around 34 degrees, which is near ideal. The lower third is the most sexually dimorphic feature in a man. His gonial angle is around 120 degrees, which fall in the ideal range but isn't hypermasculine like Henry Cavill. He has a long ramus for his mandible. Long ramus is ideal in man since it adds volume to the lower third and makes the face more masculine. However, his ramus is not procline, so it makes it slightly less masculine. His bigonial width to bizygomatic width ratio is measured at 86%, which is almost ideal. The ideal range in men is above 90%. If you paid attention till now, Alain Delon's features don't fall in the extreme masculine end nor to the feminine end, rather it falls near to the ideal masculine range, and that's the reason he looks kinda like a pretty boy. For a man to appear appealing to females he must have more masculine features than feminine, otherwise the face will appear non-dimorphic. This is called sexual dimorphism. Certain features acts differently in favor of different genders. The most feminine feature of his face would be his eyes. His eye height is 2.56 times his eye width, which indicates that he has slightly round eyes. Round eyes are less sexually dimorphic in men. That's the reason women have rounded eyes, because they look feminine. In short, his eye width to height ratio is not ideal. I don't consider this as a flaw. Sure, wide and vertically compact eyes look more intimidating, but having slightly round eyes isn't a big deal, especially when your other factors are ideal. He has a positive canthal tilt with no scleral show and slight upper eyelid exposure. His eyes are exactly one eye apart, which is perfectly ideal, and his eye spacing is around 43%, which is almost ideal, not to forget his bright blue eyes, which indeed make his eyes more beautiful. His eyebrows are healthy, dark, positively tilted, and positioned near his orbital, which is ideal. I can see his squinting in some pictures to make his eyes more intimidating. Squinting reduces eye height and eyebrows, giving an illusion of more masculine eyes. He does lack some infraorbital bone, which causes his dark circles. Moving on to his facial harmony, his facial convexity is around 169 degrees, which is near ideal. His brow ridge is not posteriorly inclined, which is slightly feminine. His forehead width to height ratio is around 2:1, which is near ideal. His facial width to height ratio is around 1.35, which is near ideal, and that shows that his face isn't too long or too short. His mouth width to nose width ratio is around 1.54, which is near ideal. His lower lip is slightly longer than his upper lip, which creates an unideal measurement, but it's a very minor flaw. His facial thirds are almost equal, and his chin to philtrum ratio is around 1 to 2, which is ideal. His jaw inclination is around 18 degrees, which indicate a forward-grown face. He has a compact mid-face, and the ratio is 1 to 1, which is ideal. His cheekbones are high-set and projected, which is ideal. His nose width to height ratio is around 1.6, which is ideal. His facial width to nose width is around 4 to 1, which is near ideal. In his prime he was considered an ideal man. His slight pretty boy appeal comes from his feminine features, which make him look very attractive. Other features such as his ideal hairline and clear skin, which further increases in attractiveness. He is 5 feet 10 inches tall, which isn't the ideal height, but since studies show your face is much more important than your body, it's not a big deal. A study done by Thomas E. Curry and Anthony C. Little shows that if you are tall but have an unattractive face, you will not be considered attractive. It shows in men the face holds more value. If you are looking for a more detailed analysis customized for you or looksmaxing advice, head over to our website and order our report according to your needs.